Hi gorgeous, Sabrina here. Welcome back to another historically accurate makeup tutorial. Today our time machine is traveling to the 1960s, specifically the mod movement, and I'm going to be showing you a Twiggy inspired look. Now the 1960s was a youth-oriented decade. There were makeup looks at both ends of the spectrum. You had the natural hippie look of the decade, but you also had the mod movement with the black and white makeup and the pale lips, and that's what I'll be showing you today. The mod look peaked between early 1964 and 1967, and this look was extremely popular among young women. Older women of the 60s would have stuck with the more familiar look of the early 60s, and that consisted of a flicked upper eyeline with matte eyeshadow, primarily in colors like grays, greens, and blues, and this was often paired up with a soft red, coral, or pink lip, and this look is more closely associated with stars like Audrey Hepburn. The mod look of the 60s was considered high fashion, and the emphasis was placed greatly on the eyes, with the rest of the face being kept soft, natural, pale, and understated. So let me show you how to recreate the Twiggy look of the 60s from start to finish.
Starting this look with a eyeshadow primer, of course, and the first eyeshadow I'm using is Max Carbon. This is a simple matte black eyeshadow, and I'm taking the smudging end of the Tarte eyeliner brush and using this to start to define the crease. The mod eyeshadow look was defined by a black line in the crease that was sharp, definite, no blending, no smudging, and it was applied in an arch that extended from the inner corner of the eye to the outer corner. And so that's the pattern that I'm following here, and I'm drawing the crease line above where my natural crease line is. And if you have hooded eyes and you wanted to recreate this kind of a look, the best thing you could do would be to keep your eyes open while you're drawing that line and draw it above your natural crease line so that you can see it when your eyes are open. For the lid color, I'm applying MAC's Gesso, and this is a simple white matte eyeshadow. White was the color to have on the lid in the mod look, but other colors were also worn as well, especially blues and greens, and you do often see that in pictures of Twiggy from the 60s. She did sometimes wear blue on the lid instead of white. And then I'm taking a matte black liquid eyeliner and using this to line the upper lash line quite heavily. Black eyeliner was a must-have in the 60s, and it was usually drawn very thick and in a winged shape. But if you look at Twiggy's eyes, the line didn't flick upwards like it did in the 50s. It was drawn in a downward pattern, so it made the eyes look almost droopy in a sense. In Twiggy's look, the lower lashes were also painted on with a black liquid liner, and sometimes they would also apply false eyelashes onto the lower lash line. But in this look, I wanted to keep it more Twiggy and paint the lashes on. By the way, the liquid eyeliner that I'm using in this look is from Ardency. It's their Modster liquid eyeliner. This stuff is spectacular. Very matte, very black, very pigmented, and it wears really well too. And before I got too far into painting on the lower lashes, I thought, well, it might be a good idea to start applying some concealer. So I went ahead and applied my MAC Prolongwear concealer in the shade NC15 and blended that underneath the eyes. And then I went back with the same liquid eyeliner I was using. I applied a little bit of this onto the back of my hand, and then I used an artist brush that was in one of my painting kits from several years ago, and I used this to draw the lashes on that lower lash line. Just made it a lot easier to control and get a more precise line. Couldn't find much information on Twiggy's brows in the 60s, but from what I can tell in pictures, they were tweezed and kept very thin. So I'm just going to fill mine in like normal. I'm not doing any special shape here to mimic her brows. False eyelashes were a must-have accessory in the 60s. Yahoo! Love that about this look. The pair that I'm choosing to go with is called In the Limelight, and these are from inkyminky.com. In the 60s, lashes came mainly in black and brown, and they could be decorated with rhinestones and glitter. And I was also surprised to learn that they were made not only from human hair and synthetic fibers, but they were also made from animal hair, like sable, mink, and even seal. The face was kept very pale, very simple, and natural. So I'm applying a foundation from MAC. This is their Prolongwear one in the shade NW13. And keeping it very simple, I'm just mattifying the face with a little bit of setting powder from MAC also. the lips were kept very bare, and this was done so that the eyes popped. They were sometimes covered over with foundation and left just like that, or sometimes a white lipstick was applied or a very pale pink that was what we would consider to be a concealer lip look today. And so that would be the best color to use for this mod 60s look. I'm using Max Myth, which typically makes me look dead, but it works for this kind of a look. And for the hair, Twiggy had that very short pixie cut, and she also had blonde hair, but you're gonna have to live with having a red-headed Twiggy in this video because I'm not dyeing my hair blonde. So the way that I styled it was I created a deep part on the side and then sprayed the hair down and brushed it flat. And I also put it back into a low ponytail and wrapped that into a bun so that it gave me the look that I had a short hairstyle, but I didn't have to cut my hair.
I hope you enjoyed this video today, and let me know where you would like the time machine to go to next. I've heard a lot of requests for Marie Antoinette, so I'm thinking that something in that time period needs to be visited. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and I'll see you next time.